Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the camper. This is video 2 of the battery install, bringing the deep cycle batteries inside the pop-up camper. In my last video, if you want to watch it, please subscribe. I have a video on building this box. I have a video on installing the box, and now the video is going to be running the wires from the outside where the A-frame is and bringing them inside through the hole here. So you can watch all those videos on my channel if you want. I have a 12-foot box, so I have quite a big couch. There's seating area, whatever you want to call it. It's all this. So I decided to put the batteries here because of the hole, and also I don't really use this space for anything because that big wire is in there for when you're plugging into, on the grid. So that's outside right now. Yeah, so in this video is going to be bringing the wires inside. All right, so here's the wire from the outside. You see there's a wiring harness, and you have your white negative and your black positive. So the white negative I'm going to cut right here, but I think the black positive I'm going to cut it and reconnect it here. I don't want to cut it after this, I don't think. Anyway, maybe it doesn't matter. And make sure, I have the right gauge wire here. This is 10 AWG. Unfortunately, I'm not blind. I didn't buy black and white because this stuff is expensive. I've just bought one roll. But I'll just keep track of what's positive and what's negative. Actually, maybe it'd be a good idea then to have just a little bit of white wire left at the battery so I know which one's negative and positive. All right, so let's do that first. All right, guys, I cut the positive wire here and the negative wire. Also picked up some of these new connectors and some new, where are they? Here they are. Here we go. New, whatever you want to call them, to put on the battery. All right, so the next step is go outside and start running the new wire from outside to inside. Right, guys, so here we are outside. Here's the wiring harness. Now, before I plug in the other part and start running the wire, I want to check and see if there's any power on these. When you're doing electrical, it's always important to make sure there's no power. I'm actually going to plug in the harness and then check it again. All right, so I have the wiring harness plugged in, and nothing. Oh. All right, so we're good to go. No electricity running through these wires. So you have the two bare ends down here. I have the two bare ends down here. So I'm going to start with the negative and hook that one up and run it inside first. All right, so I got the new wire stripped, and this is the old negative wire coming from the harness strip. I'm going to put some of these connectors in between, make sure they're nice and secure, and then start running it inside. All right, guys, I got one done here. I got the connector hooked up to the old negative and to the new negative wire here. I also got to heat shrink this rubber around the connectors. I don't really have any special tools or anything like that, so I just used a lighter. It seemed to work pretty good. So we'll go plug this in outside this harness and then run the wire up through this hole and to the negative terminal. All right, guys, so I got the harness connected. You can see right here. I also put some black tape around the entire thing because it didn't seem like it was holding on there very well. It's kind of old and wore, so I put some black tape to keep it together. You can see the positive wire I haven't done yet, and then the negative wire. You can see I just came along the A-frame and I went through the same hole that this wire harness is coming through, and I'm going to just put the connection like this. I don't want it touching the metal just in case, so I'm just going to keep it on the outside here and put a tie wrap to make sure it stays there while I pull the rest of the wire in. Right, so that's what it looks like. I actually put 2 tie wraps here just to make sure when I pull it in the inside I don't bring it further than this. Unfortunately, I didn't have any black, I just had white, so I'll cut these later, make it look a little bit neater. So let's go inside and pull the wire in and hook it up to the battery. Alright, so here we are inside. I got the wire here, I can see it. I'm gonna pull up all the slack very slowly because I don't want to pull it out of its place out there. Right, so I got the wire pulled in here. So I'm gonna hook up, this is the negative. So I'm probably just gonna stop it right here and hook it up to this one here. And then I'll bring the positive up to the other battery here because I'm in parallel. So I'm gonna have one here, negative here, and positive here to charge up, power the camper. So we'll cut this, get the thing on it, and hook it up to the battery. So that's what it looks like after the wire's cut, and I got a new thing on there to hook it up to the negative battery terminal. So now we're going to go outside, that's where the positive is, and run a positive wire with the connector inside. So that's the next step. I'm just going to leave this here for now. Alright guys, so I got the positive hooked up here with the 2 connectors and the heat shrinking rubber, which is good, it'll protect from the weather. Be able to get a plastic like this and put over this section here just to protect it more from the weather. And then here's your negative going inside, which we did the first one. And then we follow that back. And there's the harness under here. There we go, better look at it. And the wires are running under there. And then you can see way over, I ran it around the top of the jack support so it's out of the way and not going to get chewed up by moving that up and down. Alright, so let's go inside and do the positive and hook it up. Alright, so we got the positive wire running in. I left it pretty long because I want to be able to come around here and leave a lot of slack and kind of have it out of the way and hook it up here to this positive, because the negative is going to be on this battery down here. So there we go. Got the connector here with the heat shrinkable rubber, and then you have your, I don't think I'm gonna put a new or maybe I will just for fun, put a new ring terminal. That's what they're called. Now I can stop calling them those things, ring terminal. Maybe I'll put a new one. I have this far in, so there it is. The positive is finished. I put a new ring terminal on because I had it. Why not? I'm going this far. So the last step is to hook up everything to the batteries here, and we should be good to go. So let's do that and see the final product. Alright guys, there you have it. There's the final product. So I have one negative, the negative coming here to this negative battery because I'm hooked up in parallel. I also have videos on that on my channel if you want to watch. And then I left a lot of slack because I wanted to run the positive wire around here and you can see the fuse there, and then it comes up to the positive on this battery because we're hooked in parallel. So you just go negative, positive, whatever you're hooking up. Now I took off my solar 7 amp solar charge controller here. It was kind of just laying here on the battery, so I think I'm going to mount it up here. Be a lot neater, and then after that just put in the inverter right in this area here. So the solar charge controller, I got to put it up here on the wall and make it a little bit neater. Remember always to, before you plug in your solar panel, to hook these up to the batteries first. So this one is the positive over here on this battery, and then the negative over on this battery. Or you know what, maybe I'll just put it on one battery. Not sure what to do now. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'm not sure if there's a difference if you put like this one, just charge up one battery and they'll both be charged. I'm not sure. And this is the way I've always done it, so I'm just going to leave it like this. All right, now I can bring the wire here from the solar panel and plug it in now that my two connectors are hooked up to the battery. Okay, so that's hooked up. It's a rainy, cloudy day. You can see it's charging, but probably not too much. So, oh, and another thing, when you're working with electrical, watch your tools. I was tightening this here, and I hit the wrench on this metal bracket and spark. So whenever you're working around electrical, just be aware of everything around you and metal on metal contact. And yeah, so now we put the inverter here, and we're good to go, completely off grid, and the batteries are going to be inside nice and warm, no more freezing. Alright guys, so I got the inverter hooked up here. Same thing. Where is it? One on the positive, one on the negative, and it's powering the inverter. And I can see with the bench down here and your inverter here, you just plug in all your things that you need to charge right here, instead of having the batteries outside and running an extension cord and all this. Now everything's inside, everything is warm, and you have your inverter here ready to go, ready to plug things in and charge. And we'll lift this back up, show you guys. There we go. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video there. If you're new, please subscribe. Hit that old thumbs up button. I appreciate the support. Hit the bell icon for new videos. Leave comments, questions below. Until next time.